Book of Genesis, chapter 48, meditation. In this chapter, there are 22 verses. The main explanatory part in this chapter is Jacob has become old. The days of death is approaching. He has fallen ill on the bed. Such information has come. With that, Joseph took his two sons and went to visit Jacob. Jacob got up from the bed and sat down. Two sons of Manasseh and Ephraim. Joseph brought him to his father and bowed down to him and asked for a blessing. Jacob placed his right hand on the small one and his left hand on the big one. Joseph tried to fix it, and Jacob said, I know I'm keeping. A small, a person become a greater than a older one. That's why Ephraim's name will be at the top of this, in the names of the patriarchs, even though he is a small child, even if the older man is old, even if the man is old, he will be at the end. Then Jacob said to Joseph, both of them are also counted as my offspring. I'm giving 2 clans to them. I have already told them before. In that way, bless them and God's angel will bless you. You are going to be a proverb for the blessing. He made them aware of such a truth. After that, he took the land from the hands of the Amorites. He conquered with the sword and the bow. Specifically, he said, I'm giving this to Joseph, and I'm giving you a part of it. The one part he gives is the right of the firstborn. The right of the firstborn. That's it. If there are 10 sons, the father makes 11 parts. He gives 2 parts to the eldest. In that way, Joseph was promoted to the position of elder. This is a detail in it. Let's read from the first verse now. Now it came to pass after these things, that Joseph was told, indeed your father is sick. And he took with him his sons Manasseh and Ephraim. After Jacob began to dwell with all his offspring in the declaration. Also all the Egyptians in the time of experiencing various hardship after they received all the blessings in Jacob's final days. And Jacob in the days when the time of death was approaching, Joseph got the news, behold, your father is sick. I told your father is ill. Before death, Jacob, who was old, fell ill. God, he gives illness to even the greatest devotee. Through the path of illness, devotees spend their last days. Even now, world devotees are seeing those who are dying of a disease or illness at the time of their death. But strangely, in these days, many people say that if there is no physical health, it is a sign of spiritual illness. That is a wrong notion. Even great Jacob also fell ill at the end. In the Bible, all kinds of examples are preserved for us in a hidden way. Then Joseph took his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, and went to his father. Jacob was told, behold, your son Joseph is coming to you. Jacob, Israel strengthened himself and sat up on the bed. Seeing Joseph, they were astonished that God, the Almighty, had appeared to me in Luz in the land of Canaan. In the 15th verse of Genesis chapter 28, Jacob, who was going from Padan Aram to Haran, God appeared in the vision at night. Later, one end of the, which was in the sky, and another end on the earth. Angels were ascending and descending on the ladder. He saw the vision. God blessed me following that vision, which, what did he bless? The same chapter can be found in those verses. I will develop for your children from you will come multitudes. He told me that this land would be given as an everlasting possession to your descendants. Behold, before I come to you in Egypt, your two sons who were born in the land of Egypt are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be mine, like a Reuben and Simeon, but the offspring that you have had after them shall be yours. To Joseph, after these two, there were descendants, but it is not written in the Bible. When I come from Ramah's in the morning, while I was still some distance from Ephrathah, Rachel died before me in the land of Canaan. There and on the road to Bethlehem, I buried her and I told Joseph, Joseph, where is your mother's grave? Jacob told Joseph the eighth verse. Then Israel saw Joseph's sons and said, who are these? They are my sons. He told his father that God had given them to him in this land. You notice Jacob's offspring were all born in Padan Aram in Haran. However, Manasseh and Ephraim, who were born to Joseph, were born in Egypt. And if you look at the birth of the 12 tribes of these descendants, 2 Egyptians and 10 Canaanites. But we see that they were all brought to Canaan and their offspring flourished there. This shows us how strong God's promises are. I asked him to bring them to me so that I could bless them. Israel asked Joseph. Israel's eyes were dim with old age, so he could not see. When Isaac's eyes were also dim, Jacob deceived him and obtained the birthright. Dimness of eyes in the old age, eyes are getting dim, is a disease. It appears as a symptom. Death, Joseph brought them near. Jacob kissed and embraced them. Israel said to Joseph, I did not think I would see your face, but God has shown me your offspring too. Jacob is giving thanks to God. I did not think I will see you, but God also showed me your offspring. Yes, God is wonderful. He is almighty. We must believe that He brings things into our lives that we never imagined. We must experience these things. Joseph took them from between his knees and bowed down to him. In India, there is a saying that worship parents. He asked us to worship the teacher, Guru. He asked us to worship the elders. That means to respect. So it is not to give God's place to parents, but we should give parents the position they deserve. So Joseph took his 2 sons and prostrated himself. This culture exists in India too. The background of Aryans, people of India believe that those who came from Israel countries are proven by such prostration. In 13th verse, and Joseph took them both Ephraim with his right hand towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh with his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near him. Then Israel stretched out his right hand, and laid it on Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand on Manasseh's head, guiding his hands knowingly, from Manasseh was the firstborn. That is, Jacob's right hand was to be on Manasseh, the elder. Jacob's left hand was brought over the younger Ephraim, because Manasseh was the elder one. So Joseph wanted to bend his right hand. But what is Jacob doing? Because Manasseh was older, Israel cleverly stretched out his hands. That is, he placed his right hand on the body, on the left hand on his left hand, on the body on the right. Then Joseph blessed Joseph, and he walked in front of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, who is that God who has nourished me from the day I was born until today. Which God? The God who nourished him with the God who caused his birth, which means who? The angel who delivered me from all evil. Who is that God? He's spoken of an angel, Jesus Christ, pre-incarnated Jesus Christ. Christ who showed physical manifestation in the divine manifestation of the Old Testament before becoming physical, is spoken as God here. My name Abraham, Isaac, and the name of the other may be given to them. May they spread greatly in the earth, he said, putting it in the hands and immediately blessing them. Both were done at once. When Joseph saw that, Joseph did not like it. Father, you put your right hand on the younger one, you put your left hand on the elder one, saying it is not like this. He tried to put his hands here and there. Joseph was displeased when he saw his father put his right hand on Ephraim's head. So he lifted his father's right hand and his father's head from his head, so that he would put men on him. My father is not like that. He is the elder. He asked, put your right hand on his head. The father Jacob is speaking without agreeing. He says, no, I know. I don't know my son. I don't know. He will be a great multitude, but his brother will be a greater than him, saying that children will be an enhancement to the people, and that Ephraim will be greatly blessed. Prophetically, I know in the spirit. I am doing this work. I am doing this knowing. I am doing this with a consciousness, he said. On that day, after blessing them, he said, may God bless you like Ephraim and Manasseh. And the Israelites will be a bless. Israelites will bless you by calling your name. And he put Ephraim ahead of Manasseh. And Israel, behold, I am about to die. Here I am dying, yet God will be with you and bring you back to the land of your ancestors. I have given you a great share than your brothers. I took that land from the Amorites with my sword and bow. Joseph said, if you notice here, as one who knew that Ephraim among Joseph's sons had the greatest future, Jacob placed him first. That is why in the tribes that 11th name is Ephraim and 12th name is Manasseh. Manasseh is the elder, but he was pushed down. Ephraim is a younger one, but he was lifted up. What is the reason Jacob prophetically gave that name?